Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. This is a new pick a card reading, and as always I ask to bring forward the most useful information. So if you were drawn to this video, if you're watching this video, know that these messages were meant to find you. For this reading we have 4 piles to choose between. Pile 1 is Angel Aura Quartz. Pile 2 is Raw Jade. Pile 3 is White Sage. Pile 4 is Clear Quartz. So, if this is not your first rodeo, I will see you at your chosen pile. And if you are new, a special hello to you. I'm Zac, and I use a natural psychic ability to read the tarot and to create the oracles. So before you choose your pile, make sure that you ground your energy. That gives us the best chance to meet up in time and space, so that this reading means that much more to you. So take a couple deep breaths, really try to get your energy into the present moment. Once you've made your selection, you just have to scroll down to the timestamps. They're in the description box or the comment box below. Find your corresponding timestamp, and I will see you at your reading. Hello Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. Hope you guys are doing well today. You know what? I want to shake things up and start out with, just this deck. Okay, so I was drawn to you and you. Ooh, awards came out. Is there one more? Yes. Okay. So let's see with these tiny messages, the first message, with life and color and awards. Okay. Awards with life and color. So some of you just won a cinematography award. Just kidding. For some reason, I'm thinking of that, though. I'm thinking of the Streamies. I'm thinking of Una Jinten. She's a Swedish YouTuber, and she is like, I love her. She shares her life. Oh gosh, is it Norway? No, I think it's Sweden. Okay. And so that's our first message, okay? Kind of like that energy of outdoors. Interesting. I'm curious to see, what comes of this. I'm just going to put these off to the side though and continue deeper into this reading of what you need to know. I like going into these readings. It's a little difficult, but I like going into them without sort of a context and seeing what comes through. Gosh, lots of cards. I feel fun, inspired energy, maybe a little chaotic for pile 1. Okay, I like you. Dolphin, interesting. Okay. Put you over there. I had Dolphin come out last week. Dolphin, that's all about mana, okay, which is breath of life, about breath work, about going with the flow, okay, and like enjoying that, like having fun with that experience of flowing through life, okay. 4s are about stability and structure, and then, okay, so here's a message. It's like some of us love having no structure and having, copious amounts of freedom. That was the message with Una Jinten, that, cinematographer, YouTuber, okay? It's like ultimate freedom is what you crave, but there is a message here about, some structures are super helpful, okay? I think routine is what we're getting at, okay? Maybe it's time to develop a little bit of a routine and add this into your life. Just sprinkle this in somewhere, okay? This could look anything like, waking up and keeping a dream journal, okay? Waking up and, making breakfast before your coffee, waking up expressing gratitude, some sort of, sprinkle a little bit of routine into your life, okay? I think that's what we're getting at after structure, because you will see, like, it's not going to impose on your freedom, and it's actually going to, help uplift your vibration. It's going to feel like you're more stable, okay? So let's go deeper into this reading with a spiritual lens. For some reason, I'm really drawn to, it sounded really sort of morbid to say dolphin skin, but it's like their glossy exterior. It's like that slickness. Perhaps maybe this sprinkle of structure in your life is going to allow you to slip through life, in a more streamlined fashion, okay? But we'll see where that message of sleekness comes out, okay? Wow. Okay, so very hard for this deck, for a card to jump out. So honestly, I will take it, though I've not been wanting to take cards that jump out anymore. But because it's so hard, these cards are like really hard. It's very easy for tarot cards to come out. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. I'm just in a good mood. I feel like I really like your guys' energy. Okay, so it says, don't dim to fit in. And how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Interesting. Okay. Curious. So we have three figures here. They're all different sort of reflections, though. I see you covering your eyes, okay? And I see, these, what is that called? Like angel and devil on your shoulder kind of action. Like this whisper is positive, this whisper is negative. And we have this, triangle rising here. So it's like, I don't know, something about three, okay? So let's just, we'll pull your message. I don't know where I want this to go. Maybe we'll just, set them over there, okay? Because we're going to open this up further by using some tarot cards. But, on surface level, don't dim to fit in is like, it's rather cliche. I hate to say that for such a beautiful deck. But that message is clear. I think it's important for someone in here not to change who you are, okay? Just to make it comfortable for someone else. So this crown that we're drawing attention to, it's like, don't remove jewels from your crown to make it easier and lighter for someone else to carry, right? Also, chin up, if not, the crown falls, right? So it's like needing to, I feel like, bolster you is the message coming through. And I think perhaps like ideas of self-worth are important at this time in your life, okay? The dolphin, though, is also about breath work. And I think that you could look up breathwork meditation on YouTube. I know Shauna Grant has a new video about breathwork, and she has researched that. And she has a lot of practical experience with breathwork as well, is what I meant to say. So I will try and remember to leave a link below. It's actually something that I've been trying to do because I am a shallow breather. Maybe you guys are too. Okay, so let's dive deeper into this message with the tarot just as soon as, wow, just as soon as the cards feel great. You know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and pull on these cards. I'm going to try to work with some more clarifiers. If you follow along for a while, general readings aren't my absolute favorite, just because I really, really like to be specific, and it feels like I can't really do that with a general reading. So let's... Yeah, there's definitely a message in here. First one is dive in, LOL. We've been saying that how many times? Favorite. Let's get one more. Breaking the mold. Okay. Dive in, breaking the mold, and favorite. This tells me to follow something that you're super interested in. Yeah, but I think that you are judging yourself about this, okay? Whatever this seems to be about. Okay, it could be a relationship, it could be a career move, it could be a hobby. anything along those lines, but I feel like you're judging yourself, though you love to do it, experience it, research it, I was going to say experience it again, okay? And I'm feeling just like, go after it, right? Who cares? You know? I feel, yeah, this like streamline aspect of that slippery dolphin skin is just like, yeah, let's just slide by all this judgment, right? And really, I just keep wanting to say, like, stop giving a about what people think about you. It's time to honor your self, right? I get this idea of like, you know you're cool. Yeah, that's why I really like your energy. It's really light and groovy. Like, I feel like you know who you are, but you're still in this transition phase of like trying to move away from judging yourself or feeling judgment from other people. Okay? So let's go ahead and open this up with tarot. Okay. We will take these cards that jumped out because apparently that's what we're doing today. So I see the sun come out first. I get that, okay? Expressing yourself authentically, something about your personality, okay? Ooh, okay. So this first message, okay? The sun with a high priestess, okay? There's some aspect below the surface, right? Let me just check to see if we're all in camera frame. Beautiful, okay. So this to me talks about personality, and it talks about childlike wonder especially, and it really seeks for you to sort of look at yourself or be able to see who you were when you were young, and if that kind of joy and lightheartedness is a match for your current state, your current energetic state, okay? And if it's not, it's time to do a little bit of a deep dive, right? Deep dive. We've been saying that so many times. We even had it come up and we have this dolphin card. So that's really important. I think especially with this High Priestess cards, because she says, look within, you guys could actually be on, a path right now where you should be doing a deep dive. Perhaps you're surfacing at this time from a deep dive and you're emerging with a new personality. And these aspects I don't want you to let go of, right? Yes, I think that's perhaps what we've been doing. I see pile 1 as having done a deep dive. If you haven't, again, I can only be so general. That's obviously telling you perhaps look within right now at this time to see what you should be going after, right? Because we had that favorite card and breaking the mold, right? I see you emerging. Yeah, it's like a glow up, right? I see you emerging as someone totally different than who you were perhaps 4 months ago even. Okay, and then entering this period of harmony as a result. The Six of Swords talks about leaving this rough water, right? And then entering this placid, like calming sense, okay? And it's done by plumbing the depths, right, of your subconscious, right? Which talks about this High Priestess card. Very cool that we have sun and moon energy. This isn't obviously the moon card, but I do get that vibe, okay? This pomegranate too. Let's reach for one of these little clarifiers. Pomegranates talk about abundance, fertility as well. Okay. Design your work-life balance. Interesting. Okay. Say it with a nudge. Let's draw one more. Tool time. Oh, geez. Interesting. Let me sort of take a peek at this. It's very bizarre. Okay, some of us it's simply we're leaving a relationship behind, okay? And leaving particularly the judgment aspect of that relationship. I think some of you are benefiting from having a conversation recently and relieving anxiety within your relationship. And I think that's even that's causing you to emerge even more so, or there are aspects in your relationship that you are dimming so that your partner doesn't judge you or so you don't feel judgment from your partner, okay? We're drawing attention to like judgment, okay? And, our figure here, this beautiful High Priestess, she sits between these two pillars of light and dark, okay? To remind you that there is a nuance in between, okay? That we don't live in, a positive or a negative world, but, we live in a world of duality where two things can be true, okay? So this is a message of the first message is like a glow up, okay? We're emerging, we're stepping into a new aspect, okay? We're uncovering truths about ourselves particularly, okay? And this is causing a lot of harmony in our life, okay? I think we're about to experience like sort of a peaceful time moving ahead, okay? So that's the first message that wants to come out. Let's, for some reason, I do just want to reach for my relationship deck because I was getting a pull to that. So let's see what's going on in love. We'll take a look with this deck too. Ooh, lots of messages in here. Pile one. For yourself, that's been coming out a lot lately. Getting to know each other and chemistry. Okay. Oh, okay. So some of you really are leaving a relationship, okay? And I think it's been causing you to hold your breath for a really long time, or you were not a match because you were dimming to fit in, okay? You were hiding parts of yourself from your partner. This doesn't have to be romance, but that's what I'm getting. So it could be platonic or family, okay? And it's like that was causing like anxiety. That's why we have that Six of Swords moment where we're moving away and we're clearing and freeing our mind. And that's a result of being authentic. That's why we have that Sun card for you guys. It's really important to stand in your authenticity right now. Okay, that's the first message that we're getting. Or you're getting a sort of, a pat on the back for being authentic at this time in your life. Okay, free yourself. This beautiful, resplendent card, this gorgeous unicorn on this background of wildflowers. I do get this energy of the devil, so it's like removing a self-limiting belief off your back, right? Because this unicorn is like trapped by a very loose, teeny tiny chain to this trunk of a tree, okay? Sort of like Eight of Swords energy too, so it's like freeing your mind is what I'm getting. I keep getting pulled back to this dolphin card. So that's just, again, a message like you guys should really look into breath work. I think it would be super helpful for you guys to experience this. Okay, so I don't want to do all the work for you, but like if you can, you should try to breathe out for 7 or 8 seconds. Hold your breath for 3 and then breathe in for 7 and 8 or 8 seconds, okay? Then hold your breath, breathe out 7 to 8 counts. Hold your breath for 3, breathe in 7 to 8 counts, okay? Try to do that for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes and just observe, see how it feels. Because I bet you, because it totally works this way for me, you will feel different about it. Whatever situation you're going in, I think your mood will lift. I think that's important right now. But I also see you getting out of a relationship and then something else coming in that is in much better alignment, okay? I see it being new because we're getting to know each other, and then there's this chemistry card. So there is a confirmation that there is some attraction going on here, okay? So let's draw on these guys. Redhead popped out, okay? So to me that talks about passion, okay? A very talented individual, someone that you're really attracted to is just what I see, okay? I don't like it when the cards or the deck splits like that. Okay, fine. We got honest. Wow. Okay. Your lips, my lips, apocalypse, and then just friends. What's terrible and what just happened on camera is that this honest card fell through on top of this candle, okay? I'm trying to divine what this is saying. There's a burn mark on this H, okay? So H could be interesting. I'm hearing Henry, okay? Honor yourself is what I'm hearing. But what I'm getting is like perhaps, yeah, it's like this free yourself card is really important right now, especially this burn mark on honest. Someone lied. Okay, perhaps this is just an iteration of you needing to not dim your light to, in order to fit in, okay, to speak authentically, okay? But I see honesty as a problem in this relationship that you're leaving, okay? Or it's a caution in this new one. Because with just friends, it tells me no love. But with your lips, my lips, apocalypse, it's passion, very, very high passion, which relates really strongly to the chemistry card. So what I'm seeing, though, is that I just see that this relationship needs to not be romantic. the one that you're honoring recently, okay? And I see a hole in this relationship, okay, that you've just recently left. So perhaps what we need right now is to cleanse and heal our own energy, okay? So let's move on. I want to draw one more message from the tarot. So weird that we had that card flip out. I never have live candles going, so that's interesting. Okay. One more message. Interesting. Okay. I see you defending yourself in your talent, okay? I see, at first I was going to say defending yourself in a work situation. Now, this Seven of Wands card, it's sort of like a higher energy. Our figure looks sort of gross. He looks like he's being attacked, very defensive. But the T is, he is defending himself from an advantage, right? He is on top of a hill while these other wands are coming up to sort of fight him, right? But he has the upper hand, and so it's super important right now to speak authentically in work matters, okay? At work. So I'm just getting like, ask yourself, are you, passionate about what you're doing right now? Especially with work. Or perhaps is there a talent, that you could put on center stage, that you're dimming, in order to fit in. I see this dark energy, not dark as in bad, just like we're in sort of a basement, so there's low light. And then we see this, Ace of Pentacles, the hand emerging, beautiful light, right? With all this orc streaming around it. I see you perhaps needing to capitalize on this talent of yours in order to bring back passion into your life. At the very least, we're just checking in right here, okay? We're saying, are you a match for what you're doing in all matters of career? But is there a talent, pile one, that you're perhaps intrigued about but not pursuing? We had the High Priestess. There could be something under the surface here. Let's pull on this once more. I will go for, I'm feeling my blue cards, okay? Let's get a little information, if we can, about perhaps for pile one, what this talent might be, what this career move might be. You simply might need to feel, worthy of abundance at this time in your life. There's one. Oh, actually, I was being stopped because there are two here. A and B. Very interesting. Also, these cards are quite opposite. We have a black letter on a white background, a white letter on a black background. It's really making me think of that High Priestess card, okay? I just see sort of opposite energy going on here, okay? A and B. Maybe this means something to you guys. What I'm getting though is, the High Priestess card. So I think that you truly know what I'm talking about here. I think there is something that you guys are talented at and just need to put a little bit more time into, okay? It's very curious, right? We have 3. It's a number of creative power and abilities, okay? I think that perhaps what we're calling attention to is, are you this figure here, this artisan who has the skill? Maybe you need to step into a position of advantage where you defend your talent to the level that you might go off on your own and become an entrepreneur. Or are you the person hiring this artist, okay, in order to, you commissioned this artwork because you want to incorporate beauty around you? Or are you this noble person here with a plan, okay? You're it's just asking you, what figure do you relate to here, okay? And I see, this Ace of Pentacles being new energy regarding talents, new energy regarding career, new energy regarding finances. A and B, I'm getting elementary, like first initial steps, okay? Pursue this is what I'm getting, okay? So that is the end of your reading. Super cool. Lots of different messages came through. I hope that you guys liked it. If you've made it this far in the video, maybe give me a big old thumbs up. It helps people find these messages. Also helps my channel grow. And this is the end of your reading, so I hope that wherever you are in the world, whatever you do, I hope that you have a good day, night, and until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Hope that you guys are doing well today, tonight, wherever you are, whatever you do. Let's start off with some animal medicine cards. I was just telling Pile 1 that I love to do these readings without any context. Squirrel. Okay. All right, so the squirrel animal medicine is the medicine of gathering. It's sort of not in the way that you would sense. You're not gathering like resources. You're sort of like getting rid of clutter in order to gather your reserves, okay? I hope that makes sense, right? So you're not, it's almost like the female energy, the divine female, so it's more of like a receptive state of being, okay? But we're going to open up this message with a few more cards. Let's take on a spiritual lens. Okay. For some reason, what's attracting me most to this squirrel card is like the piebald nature, right? Piebald meaning like usually used in horses, describes like a paint or a pinto, black and white or brown and white markings. This weird patch of white on this squirrel is kind of bizarre. It's certainly not familiar. It's not really reminiscent of the squirrels I'm familiar with. It's not like gray squirrels, red squirrels, anything like that. It's odd to see that patch of white, okay? So, interesting. I'm not quite sure what that means, but we'll figure it out sometime in this reading. So again, let's gain a spiritual lens. Ooh, share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Interesting. Ooh, and I was just caught by the pyramid, okay? Wow, beautiful. Huh. For some reason, I get the energy of like, you guys have been in, hibernation recently or like pulled away from society, doing your own thing, but not necessarily like a self-exploration, but it feels like you guys have been doing this because you've been working on a creative project, like an art project or like a book you've been writing. That's what I'm getting, okay? It's like, or you've been pulling away to sort of seek divine knowledge. Okay, that's why I'm looking at this pyramid. Interesting. Or, it could have been a little bit of a deep dive because we have this great body of water and this, figure is dressed in like the cosmos, okay? Maybe you're trying to figure out where you are in the world. Interesting. So that in combination with the squirrel would tell me that you guys are about to move in some sort of direction in your life, but it requires a pause first and a need to clear out sort of, mental debris came to mind first, but it's not that. It's like the energy of needing to clear out old habits, even more tangible than that, right? Because the squirrel has its hands on a nut, an acorn. It's like getting rid of like old clothes and like literal physical things in your house or the environment you interact with the most, because it's like those are dead weight and they represent who you used to be, kind of thing. It's like we want to get rid of all that so that, the new energy that you've taken on can fit. Okay, that's the message, excuse me. It's like clearing out your closet of old clothes, and because you've recently gone through a style change, and it's like that kind of energy, right? There would be no room for these new clothes if you didn't get rid of this old energy, okay? And I'm getting that old energy as in the sense of tangible objects that remind you of, because they're impressed on your subconscious, right? It's important to clear those away. Yeah. Interestingly, I keep wanting to say clear, okay? The squirrel energy is kind of like that. But let's open this up with some tarot and see what messages we have for you with the tarot. Cool. It actually feels pretty good. Ooh. Okay. So, This Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity, and I was getting that. Interestingly, isn't this not very reminiscent of this squirrel? Okay, and this patch of whiteness I'm seeing as his hand, okay? And this is literally like an opportunity coming in, and I'm getting this as like, an opportunity to defend yourself, okay? In some circumstance, but I'm gonna drop that idea. That's me reading too literally, okay? Yeah, it's like what we've been talking about so far is illustrated in this first message, okay? Passion, energy, that is the element of the wands, okay? And it's this, holding on to all your nuts, right? In a lack mindset or scarcity is what I'm seeing in this Four of Pentacles, okay? So I'm kind of seeing this as like old energy moving out, okay? But let's draw on some of this. You guys. Okay. Teach and inspire, the rising star, and then this movie projector. Okay, it's like film. Okay. The first thing I'm getting is like capturing your experience. Yeah, you guys are definitely working on some creative project. Okay, which is pretty cool. And I think it's meant to sort of capture this experience. Yeah, share your voice. Wow, look at that. Teach and inspire, the rising star, and then this film card. It makes me think of just a project. Hollywood, LOL. Okay, so yeah, it's time to sort of come out of the dark, right? You have something to share, okay? And it's like something that you've learned, right? Cool. So let's see what another message could be for pile 2. Yeah, okay. So some of you guys are creative writers, you're poets, you're singers, okay? And I think this creative work that you're releasing or should, make step towards releasing, it's a crossroads, right? You're embarking on a new part of life. This Judgment card is great, right? This next LOL. This next step has something to do with leaving behind an old pattern, right? I was trying to say get rid of that old energy. And it's like the literal things in your house. Like there could be a painting hanging in your house or a photograph. And it's like, that is like very reminiscent of who you used to be. And it's not at all who you are anymore. And it's kind of like get rid of that. It's holding on to you. It's like holding on to the past. I'm getting nostalgia with the Six of Cups, okay? But this is like beautiful energy working right here, okay? This King of Cups, he's very, very receptive, emotionally mature, okay, and compassionate. And he is, I like to see that with this 6th card, it's harmony, okay? And this trumpet right here, your main message here, pile 2, is to share your voice, okay? You have an opinion, you have an interesting perspective, you've learned something new, and it's time to show that with the world, okay? I know this is a really short reading, but this message is coming out very, very cohesively, and it's becoming repetitive, okay, with these cards. I think perhaps we're just shining slightly a little bit more light on this, which is that this is a confirmation that this is important to share. Okay, that's why we have this Judgment card. This red cross, it's like we're at a crossroads. Okay, I think you're about to embark in a different chapter of your life. Okay, a harmonious one, and it has something to do with the creative talent that you have. Okay, again, sure, this could be painting, this could be writing, this could be anything creative. Okay, predominantly I'm getting creative writing, like a novel or like an interesting perspective you had or like a dream you have for the future, something like that. In combination with the squirrel card, again, we're sort of reiterating this crossroad period. You guys are on the threshold, okay? It's like you're on, you're like at the edge of your seat, okay? And from this point on, the universe is working with you. I think that your input needs to be minimal, and it simply needs to just be the ability to clear and cleanse your space right now. Get rid of debris, make sure your kitchen is clean, there are no dishes, the house is clean, and you keep in that energy for a time. That allows the universe to move through, because as you acclimate to this new energetic state of being, and of sharing, you become an energetic match for what seems to want to be coming through here, okay? It's the release of something, okay? Interesting. This, instead of squirreling away your knowledge, it's time to share these nuggets of truth and wisdom with the world, is what I'm getting, okay? And I think that the summary is like it's a creative work of some sort, all right? Let's see if we can get perhaps another message with a tarot, okay? Let me try to figure out what I want to ask, though, for my pile twos. Okay, let's just ask a lot, right? So what are going to be some major signs that this manifestation is on its way? Okay, for some reason I get that like an episode or an event is coming through. Wow, super beautiful energy. Okay, I'm going to clarify this with, again, some of these orange cards. I'm getting a ringing in my left ear, so there's totally a message coming through. The Magician is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Hollywood, Garden, okay? And then you want to come out fast. Yeah, I get that. I see this as like coming in very soon, okay? Garden and Hollywood. I'm sort of getting like, it's talking about this Magician card. Sorry, I'm reading this in my mind first. I need to sort of just speak it out loud. So these are both very spiritual cards, right? And they really work with the law of attraction, okay? And they work with becoming a magnetic attraction. This Magician, he calls down his desires into the earth by utilizing, all these tools at his disposal. Pentacles, cups, swords, and wands, okay? And then I see this King of Wands as sort of being this energy that you need to stay in, right? An energetic match, okay? Now, with Garden and Hollywood, this is just like this something is coming in fast as soon as we are sharing our voice, right? There's something that we need to express. Yeah, I'm getting this as, this clue, this indication is just like, you will feel this coming, okay? Is what I'm getting from this. Especially if you can maintain this clean state of being, and acclimate to this energy that you have absorbed, and sort of internalized, right? Hollywood could be a confirmation for some of you. I'm getting that just as, I guess now California, but in the beginning, just like lusciousness. It was bringing me to this Magician card, the flowers, the garden. Garden to me talks about, filling your life with plants, okay? And flowers and learning a little bit about them perhaps, but it's just talking about abundance, okay? I just get this image and this feeling, and a confirmation in my throat just now that like this energy is coming through really quickly and it's like a big up leveling, right? I love these two cards together. They're very powerful, okay? And it talks about a huge transformation of energy of sorts. Let's pull just a couple more clarifiers. I want one from this red deck. Okay, Sound It Out. In Your Backyard came out, but I'm not taking that. I have a weird relationship with that one. And then let's take one of these yellow ones. Okay, Get the Scoop fell out over Sound It Out. So that's kind of the same iteration. To me, it's like, okay, yeah, I was getting alchemize your current situation to bring this in quickly, okay? Get the Scoop and Sound It Out, to me, talks about magic, okay? It's talking about utilizing the aspect of this Magician to bring this project into being. It's like use the law of attraction, use affirmations, okay? Perhaps some of you need a little bit more confidence with bringing this message out, okay? With sharing this project, okay? Get the Scoop says, do research if you don't know how to utilize the law of attraction, okay? Get the Scoop says, if you don't know how to work with these energies, the Magician and the King of Wands, learn a little bit more about spirituality, okay? Learn a little bit more about the sacral chakra, your energy centers, root, sacral, and solar plexus, okay? This final card, and Sound It Out, it's saying speak this into existence. Sound it out, share your voice. Get the Scoop. I don't know that, it's like, it's a very obvious message from my pile one that I feel like I'm drawing out a little bit, beating a dead horse, but it's okay. And then mountain, okay? Mountains are nurturing, right? I'm also just sort of seeing this pyramid, okay, and this connection to the stars. Perhaps with share your voice and sound it out, some of you could be channelers, right? And you might want to look into how to channel and learn about channeling messages, okay? Cool. Yeah, I think that's where I want to finish your message. Actually, I haven't done this. We're going to draw a message from the void, okay? Because I just feel inspired to, so... That's sort of, okay, that one wanted to come out, but I wanted one to come out organically too. Okay. Just do it with a smiley face. And then this one, the nature of nature. Interesting. Okay. So the only constant in nature is change. Right? Yeah, we were talking about a shift, okay? And primarily it feels like the function of this message and your reading pile too is a confirmation, okay? It's just to confirm this idea of releasing this creative project, this work, this idea, I'm getting a novel, okay? But again, that's just the energy I'm seeing, and since it's general, you sort of have to fit that message in, okay? Just do it is really like... This King of Wands is a delegator, okay? He is a leader, okay? And it says just like, it's time to just do it. It's time to take the steps to clear this energy. And what's interesting, okay? I know I was like really harping on this message of just do it. It's not necessarily the masculine energy though, okay? Because remember, these were just clarifiers of what it's going to feel like or look like when this manifestation is coming. I actually think it's very important to be receptive and to learn about the feminine energy, right? I was talking about that earlier in your reading, okay? This squirrel card talks about getting rid of the clutter because that creates a receptive place for new energy to come in, okay? There's a really important message under all of this which talks about needing to feel like you can receive this right now and needing not to push forward so much, okay? There's a balance between masculine and feminine energy at the very least, all right? So this is the end of your reading, and I hope that you liked it. If you've made it this far in the video, you can leave me a big thumbs up. It helps other people find these messages, helps my channel grow. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, and until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Let's shake things up a bit, okay? We're going to draw some of these cards. Wow, okay. I already have two that have flown out. This reading is taking off running. Okay, we have kill your idols, teach and inspire, and then fashion. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting this energy of like fleetingness. Okay, you know, fashions fade is what I was picking up on first, and then kill your idols with teach and inspire. It feels like almost the same message, okay? So, but we're especially focusing on teachers, okay, or leaders in the field, okay? And it feels like it's almost like the energy of needing to leapfrog the teacher in order for society to progress, right? There's this idea that we must always, you know, kill the guru, right? And there's like another proverb where it's like, if you find the Buddha on the trail, kill him. And it's not like this idea of like harming a soul, but it's the idea of thinking that anyone outside of you is better than you, right? And I think that when we idolize something, we subconsciously tell ourselves that we're unworthy or unable of achieving similar or better, you know, success. Okay, so that's the first message. I'm just going to keep it off to the side and start with an animal medicine card. Okay, so let's see what medicine you are dealing with. Happens to be deer, okay? Beautiful. Okay, number 4 is coming out. It's coming out a lot lately, okay? It's about the stability. What I'm picking up on first is these little whiskers, okay, that are around the muzzle of this fawn, okay? We'll see where that comes up later in your reading too, okay? But this is like really gentle energy, and it talks about never needing to use any type of energy besides love, right, in order to get through a situation. Okay, so this specific animal medicine card, in this book, it talks about how there is this monster in the mountain. Okay, and deer wanted to get past in order to climb to the top for whatever reason. And this monster had consumed, killed, dissuaded many other animals before this fawn. But when the fawn came up, and this monster looked into her incredibly gentle eyes, it literally vanished and turned into a bug or something and walked away or something. Or, was a super minor inconvenience, and the deer was able to just pass through. And it talks about utilizing this unconditional love, but some gentleness, okay? I understand where this is coming from. Let's put a spiritual lens on your reading, though. Okay, so for pile 3, what do they need to know? What have they what have they been working on? Where is pile 3? Okay. Protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Interesting. We'll set that card right there as well. So let's dive a little deeper and pull out, a first message with the tarot. I had a kind of a similar inkling and a pick a card last week. I just had a pressure on my third eye too. It's this moon up here, this solar or lunar eclipse going on, and it's that little light right there that's refracting. I'm catching that as being the same as the eye right there in this deer. Okay, so with protection, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval, I feel like we have been moving through energy that's kind of dense lately, okay? By dense, it's like dealing with people who are negative or dealing a little heavy-handed in a situation, with our words. It really feels like we have, it's like we're wearing someone else's skin is what I'm picking up on psychically right now, okay? It feels like we are wearing some other animal's skin, right? Some other person's energy, and we're being called to sort of get rid of that because we're acting in ways, we're expressing ourselves in ways that are not really conducive to being loving, friendly, positive, okay? What I mean to say is that there is a real call for being gentle at this time in your life, okay? For something, right? With call back your power, that's what I'm getting drawn to the most. I just feel like we've given our power to someone else. And what that means is we bend to their whim, okay? We will just bow our head and do something so as to not rock the boat. That's not really a good energetic place to be in, okay? Yes, you guys had Kill Your Idols come out, okay? And this really talks about that to me, okay? So it feels like there's a figure in your life who, is the big old grump, okay? And this is a general reading, so you'll have to figure out if this is your boss, your dad, your mom, or someone like that, okay? And it feels like you will learn a really cool spiritual lesson if you approach this matter in your life right now with gentleness, okay? This deer was super important to me over the last 1 or 2 years, okay? The animal medicine I was personally working with the most was rabbit, which is fear, and this deer card, which is gentleness, okay? It's about learning how to express yourself a little more gently, okay? And I feel like to you that's sounding redundant, but for some reason I'm really needing to harp on this right now, and it's you'll get your brilliant ideas across in a much better manner and find a bigger audience if you can approach life with a little bit more a little more gently, okay? So again, let's open this up with some tarot cards and we'll figure out a little bit more what we're talking about. Wow, there's totally a message in these cards. They're acting crazy. Okay. First message. Yep. Cool. Wow. Okay, so do not freak out, pile 3, because look what this says quite literally. Tower movement, moving away from it very quickly into harmony. Okay, so this is really, really important. So either this tower has just fallen or you sense it about to fall, okay? The tower is something that we've built up and it was on an unstable foundation. And I always use this example because I think it's really illustrative. Imagine for me a pyramid, okay? And imagine taking blocks from the bottom of that pyramid to pave a way forward. Eventually, if you've ever heard or seen the game Jenga, that pyramid, that tower is going to be so top heavy, it's going to just topple over, right? And it's because we were taking, perhaps an easier approach by taking those bricks from the bottom, to pave our road instead of, one by one taking them off the top, right? That would be a lot more sustainable and stable. Okay, so whatever this is in your life, right? I felt like we were moving through denser energy. Whatever this happens to be about, okay, it's going to be done quickly, okay? Because you literally have nothing but that description right here, okay? The Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy. Stay on the carpet. It's already taken off, okay? And for some reason, I get that this perhaps has already happened, okay? I think there's been some upheaval, okay? For some of you, it could be a spiritual awakening. That's what it can talk about. But I just think that this is some important lesson that's coming through your life right now. It could be job loss, a breakup of sorts, some sort of energy that just needed to go away, or you were approaching something in your life in a backwards manner, okay? And the tower, what's super important to remember with this one is that it's never to, break you down, upset you. Is just meant to redirect you, okay? We're talking about needing to get rid of this impractical, unsustainable approach to something, okay? For me, it feels like family related, okay? It feels at least relationship related, and I'll reach for those cards in a moment because we have cut the cords and soul retrieval, okay? Perhaps, yeah, it does feel family related, okay? But look at this, okay? Moving from the tower very quickly into harmony, okay? So this is our first message. And I think that perhaps if this tower has not fallen or you're in the midst of this, what's gonna move you through that quickly is this key right here, which is either dear, okay? Or this call back your power energy, okay? Cut the cords. I think that some of you could see a shaman. If this truly has to do with family karma, you'll know who I'm speaking to. Again, it's general. So if it's not, something you're resonating with family-wise, it does feel like you're giving something your power. It could be a relationship, a lover, a friend, okay? Something at work like a boss, okay? And it feels like you're sort of bowing to them instead of standing in your power, okay? That's what I'm feeling. But I really do like to see the Six of Swords come out for you, pile 3, because you're moving past it, okay? Now, let's open this up because I did get sort of a relationship vibe. Let me just grab that deck. Okay. Pile 3, please. What seems to be going on in relationships with pile 3? Can we get a little information? Okay. Codependency. Okay. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. I get that to a T. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And then give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, I get this. So this is a general reading, so I feel like we're talking to two energies. I'll touch on this one last, okay? But this codependency and deception, this is absolutely talking about a relationship, okay? Call back your power, codependency. It couldn't be more obvious, right? Or straightforward, clear, okay? And I think that there's some element, obviously, of codependency in this relationship. That is most likely what is the term? An anxious attachment to your partner, okay? I didn't even know those existed until I watched, I bet you have watched her too, Stargirl the Practical Witch. She mentioned that once. Again, what was it? It was a anxious attachment, okay? So this card is calling it addiction, affecting your romance or your love life. I'm getting that as, more of like an anxious attachment to a partner, okay? It feels like we're giving someone our energy, and it usually comes from a place of just Perhaps you just don't know that you're doing that. You don't know that you're codependent. So let's become aware of that if that's the case. And others, or for others of us, I'm getting that we, perhaps need to really work on our root chakra, okay? To feel safe and protected, loved and worthy, okay? Let me just pull one of these red cards for you, pile 3. Oh, you wanted to come out. Secret. I knew that was coming out. Okay. So, especially with deception right there, someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I don't trust them, okay? He, she, they, I don't trust them. I don't like what this is saying right here. And I think that you perhaps are this gentle person and need to cut the cord. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Now, for others of us, this give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. This card always talks to me about the same thing, slightly different, okay? It talks about a codependent relationship, but perhaps you've been together for so long that you take your partner for granted. And I think it's really important to pull back at this time in order to gain a perspective, okay? When this card comes out, I see a good relationship. I just see one of the parties, not understanding, and that's usually due to burnout, fatigue, anxiety, something along these lines. Because look at our figure here, okay? Their eyes are closed, covered with a blue eyeshadow, okay? And she's also wearing a light blue garment. That is the throat chakra to me, okay? Especially with these cards. And that talks about not being able to speak your truth, okay? Or speak authentically, okay? And it's like, you're closing her eyes. Look, she's embracing an angel, but her eyes are closed and she's turning her face away and she cannot see it, okay? And I feel like that's you, okay? For, if you're the one who's relating to this set of cards compared to this, all right? Give your relationship a chance really does mean that, okay? It really means pull back and sort of do a moment of evaluation. What do you look for in a partner? What's going well in this relationship? What could be worked on, and what are practical steps in order to work on them? Okay, cool. So let's just move forward. This is, it's only dense energy if we give it that name, okay? I do want to end on one final message, okay, with the tarot. Okay, I see an opportunity coming in. This actually literally could be a relationship. We do have the cup energy, okay? But our figure here, they're focusing on what exists, okay? Perhaps what exists and didn't pan out, right? I'm seeing this as just focusing on what has been, okay? Our losses or, trying to change what exists, okay? But you just have these 3 cups, right? And you're wishing and wanting for something else, more or something different, okay? And it's this perspective that we need to gain, right? We see our figure retreating perhaps into nature, at the very least, up on this hillcock, higher ground, okay? Connecting with this tree spirit perhaps, and, but still, focusing here, right? On these cups, on these relationships that don't look like the way you want them to. That's what I'm reading, okay? But I do see something coming if we could only look and shift our eyes, if we could only change this with a different perspective. Okay, yes, cool. That is the progression, right? So we're dealing with the exact same energy, okay, throughout this whole reading, right? I feel like we're sort of just fleshing out that original message with the Tower, the 6 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands, right? So moving out of that Tower moment. I see us, this is beautiful. This is moving forward, 4 into 5, okay? We are looking at, spilt milk, what didn't work, but if we could just, look at this as a turning point, literally turn around, you could see these 2 other cups right here, right, that are just waiting to get your attention, right? These cups could be dreams, longings, beliefs. They could also be relationships, right? And again, look at this beautiful progression from 4 into 5. I'm also seeing this as here's 1 opportunity, here's 2, okay? And that is done by sorting through these emotions and looking at this. Here's your perspective that we were talking about, looking at this as a turning point, okay? So my throat is closing, which means that is the important message. I don't feel like I need to draw Anything else? Okay. So I really do hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 3. And if you're looking for a private reading, for some reason I want to offer that to you guys, I do have links in the description box, okay? But if you haven't already, you can consider subscribing. If you've made it this far in the video, maybe give me a big thumbs up. It helps other people find these messages. It helps my channel grow. And until next time, pile 3, stay divine. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading. Hope you guys are doing well, wherever you are in the world, whatever you do. I wanted to start off your reading a little differently, okay? I'm going to reach right for one of my clarification decks. See if I can pull a couple cards before we open up with some animal medicine. Okay, first card, crystal ball, interesting. Oh, window and win. Okay, curious. Crystal ball, I was getting that. I was seeing the third eye. Let's see if I can pull that card or find it in this deck. Right before your reading, I can't seem to find it right now, but that makes sense to me. So with crystal ball and window with win, I feel like this is talking about some sort of win that you guys are going to experience, okay, that you sense coming though, right? It's like you have been able to see this. I think perhaps it could have come up in a dream of yours. And by win, I'm not quite sure. Okay, it's a general reading. So this could be anything from, landing a different job to, winning a bit of money. Okay. Breaking the mold. Interesting. Yeah, it feels like going in a new direction. Okay, so we'll just take this message and set it off to the side. Hopefully we'll get some more clarification. But like I said, I want to start off, I like to put a couple different lenses on these readings. We're going to start with an animal medicine card. Okay. Let's see where pile 4 is. You. The crow. Interesting. Okay. That's the card of law. All right. Kind of like the justice card in the tarot. It's also very magical. Okay. Crows, there can be omens depending on the number that you see. 1 is usually some sort of announcement. Okay. And your cards were crystal ball, window, and win, okay? And I'm just seeing that as 2 energies presenting here, okay? For some reason, I get a really sort of magical vibe for my pile 4. Honestly, it kind of is the case whenever I try to do 4 piles instead of 3. I always get one who seems really magical and who I relate to, okay? Like, by magical, I feel like you guys really were interested in fairies as a kid, or magic, or at the very least, like, you wanted Harry Potter and that world to exist, okay? That's what I'm getting with this crow card and the crystal ball so far. So let's see if I can put a spiritual lens on your reading. I'm going to go for another deck. 24 breaks down to a 6, which talks about harmony to me. It also talks for this specific animal medicine card, it talks about not focusing on the shadow aspects of yourself, so perhaps negative aspects of yourself, because if you give that too much life, you're going to bring it to life, right? So perhaps there's some aspect of you that you have already digested, yet you hold on to it for some reason, or perhaps you're having a little bit of difficulty of letting this aspect of yourself go, okay? Perhaps in the past you were someone who didn't speak up for yourself, and as a result that really messed with your sense of self-confidence, okay, or your self-concept, or just your self-esteem, okay? And the cautionary message with this crow card, as magical as I look at crows, I love birds, okay? As magical as I look at this and see my pile 4, there's some element that needs to be let go of, I think, okay? Something that perhaps, even as soon as 6 months ago, but I'm getting more of like a year, okay? Where you were able to digest some aspect of your personality or your experience in life thus far, and you were able to let it go at the time, but I feel like it comes through once in a while, and it truly needs to be, just cut away. That's what I'm getting so far. It's like you already dealt with that side of yourself, and you don't need to water it anymore, because if you do, you will bring it to life again. Okay? Whatever that might mean for you guys. Okay. Once in a while, I will decline a message, okay? That just didn't feel that great for me. So I got empaths, highly sensitives get grounded, and that's totally okay. But ultimately, I have to decide if it feels good enough, because I definitely rely a lot more on intuition. I don't like to open up psychically completely in these readings, because it's general, and I do not want to be touched like that. Okay. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Okay. Honestly, I might do a jump cut because I am not feeling any of these cards, okay? Let's just do that, okay? We're not going to take a spiritual lens right now. We're going to dive into the tarot because there must be something, here. So let's go, pile 4. Not a big deal. I think you guys are, you have spiritual inclinations as it is. You don't need necessarily a message from that. I also think that we're already getting through some of the messages that you guys need to hear. So let's start with the first one. Cool. I like this. This makes 5 and here's another 5. So these are changes, okay? Interesting. So this 3 of Pentacles with the High Priestess, what was that card? That Priestess card that came out? It was, where are you being asked to step up and lead? Okay. And now I feel like I'm eating my words. Okay. There perhaps really was that message that wanted to come out. So, because I see this as a work environment, okay? But when I get this card, it's usually someone who's really skilled at whatever they do. Okay, and this High Priestess says that there is some quality right now. I feel like that you are supposed to leave a work environment and embark on your own. Okay, there, I brought out that card for you guys. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we have the Hierophant here, who is our teacher, okay, and a sort of a religious figure, okay, what am I meaning to say? Like a leader in this field, okay, of all things perhaps spiritual in nature, okay? So I'm just getting some aspect of needing to consult with yourself to see, which figure you relate to most here. Are you this architect with a plan? Are you the skilled person with this talent? Or are you perhaps this other opinion, the church, right? Who has perhaps commissioned this work of art. However, with this High Priestess card, it feels like there is some sort of message, okay? That lies within right now, and it feels like it's the key, this hint is also the Hierophant, okay? So this would be, talking about perhaps an art teacher, okay? Or someone who has, again, a skill that you could really help use, okay? So what I see this as, it's a skill that you have. Perhaps it really is something magical, okay? Or spiritual in nature at the very least. And I feel like we're asking you to perhaps consider how you might be able to share your specific set of knowledge around this skill with other people, okay? We'll draw a couple clarifiers. Let's go for this blue deck. B, A, and free. This is so bizarre, okay? I got these B and A cards earlier this week, okay? And it really is literally talking about the pillars right here, okay? Because we have this light B on a dark background and a dark J on a light background. We have a light A on a dark background and a dark B on a light background, okay? And there's some sort of opposite energy going on, okay? This high priestess, she has all the answers within, okay? This Hierophant is one who preaches them, okay? She doesn't seek others, she finds all the answers within. People seek this Hierophant to learn about themselves, about the world, about their place in the cosmos, and perhaps spirituality, etc. Okay? And I'm getting sort of like, yeah, my very first instinct was like, I'm getting you needing to leave this field to pursue something on your own, right? Because we have free that came out as well, right? You could be a free spirit, okay? A kindred spirit is for some reason what I heard, but I'm also getting you like freeing yourself from such an orthodox approach to life because you're getting some sort of inkling with this high priestess right now and a call at the very least to tune in, right? Because I think that you are skilled enough and you do not need to be underneath some authority figure at this time in your life, okay? I feel like there's something that you need to sort of go out and do on your own and perhaps develop a little bit of confidence in yourself and your abilities, right? What I meant to say earlier was when I get this Three of Pentacles, it's a really talented person, okay? This person is virtuoso, right? So there's this aspect where you're really skilled here, and I think that we're asking you to, step up and lead, okay? With this scroll and this Hierophant, and Crow does talk about law, so it would be very specific, but, you guys could be interested in working with law, okay? Perhaps to free, those who are underserved, okay? That's a very specific message, more specific than I like to get in these tarot readings, but that is what I'm seeing so far. Now, let's go ahead and reach for another message. Using the tarot. I feel so much judgment right now from this priestess. She's like, I came out. I don't know why you ignored it. But sorry, girl. The card did not feel that right in my hand. Just going to say. Let's see this second message. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so, whoops. Here we have an Ace of Swords with the King of Pentacles. It's like a grand idea or opportunity to pursue this career, right? This is a continuation of what we were talking about in the last message, okay? With the Three of Pentacles, High Priestess, and Hierophant, okay? And I think perhaps it's a caution to not necessarily run forward full force, but this is definitely supportive energy, okay, Pile 4? This Ace of Swords, it's an opportunity, okay? It's a flash of insight. It also says, let's create an action plan in order to achieve sustainable success, right? Let's make sure that this plan moving forward has a stable foundation, okay? So we're really thinking this through and we're being really smart about it, perhaps seeking a career advisor or someone else in this field that you look up to, because I see you being no less talented or as skilled as this King of Pentacles, right? I see you becoming this King of Pentacles, but perhaps needing some sort of information at this time, okay? Some message, okay? But, in a divinatory in a divination sense, I also see this as, foretelling an episode, okay? I see this King of Pentacles approaching you with a job offer, very interestingly, okay? This Knight of Swords tells me it's like fast, okay? But I also see criticism in the field around you, okay? I see people, that Pope or that architect, in that building with you, judging you for stepping out and thinking that you could go it alone, perhaps since you are younger than they are, or perhaps because you are further along in this talent and ability than they presently are. I see you leapfrogging the teacher, yes. So for some reason, I just was not interested in that Hierophant being in your reading because he's such an old, outdated model of thinking, okay? Not always, but this is with the context that I'm getting this feeling psychically right now, okay? He was like, a block that you needed to overcome, okay? And I see you receiving inspiration to be able to overcome this, okay? To go off on your own, because I feel really confident that you guys can, okay? Just be aware of, people who are giving you criticism, and cut that away. And we do not need them undercutting us, okay, undervaluing our talent at the very least. Perhaps you're being underpaid in your current place of employment, and it's perhaps not necessarily the fact that you have this talent and you want to go out on a loan, but it's about taking yourself seriously enough to ask for a raise, okay? That's just a different message. This is a group reading, general reading, okay? But just these negative thoughts, these people, naysayers, that's what I'm getting, naysayers. Pay them no mind unless they're paying your bills, right? Isn't that what RuPaul says? Cool. So yeah, before we, I want to draw one more message before we go there. Ace of Swords, really, really fortunate to get an ace in a reading. For some reason, I just am really picking up on this ace right now. I really like it, okay? It feels like a victory for you, okay, pile 4? And just pay attention, to where this might come in. I think someone's going to reach out to you. It's also needing to feel confident enough that you can create this action plan, okay? Since it's a general reading, you are going to have to figure out, which group you belong into. But do I want to? Yeah, you know what? Let's just grab one message, Okay, or two. Bold plan and surprise. What? I just got shivers on both of my legs. This is literally what I said, okay? And I asked for clarification, and it feels like the universe is saying, nope, we're not going to be more specific than that. You hit the nail on the head. Okay, right? So this is either, someone reaching out to you as a surprise, or it is you needing to take the initiative and create this bold plan to move forward in your life. Okay, that is seriously so cool and funny to see that happen. Interesting. So do I want to do one more message? You know what? This really does feel like the end of your reading, pile 4. I think we got everything out. We're really encouraging you to step up and lead, okay? I think, yeah. Okay, also be aware of your mind, pile 4. You know how I was second guessing myself with this card and this message, this spiritual lens? That's also the energy of this Knight of Swords. So let's just keep our mind in check, okay? This might require a bold plan, and it's definitely going to require a measure of confidence, but I see you successfully moving into this venture on your own, okay? Perhaps with an entrepreneurial spirit. I think you have a really grand idea for what you want your future to look like, and it's time to take action on that, okay? I do see this as being, for the majority of us, we're going to feel surprised when this opportunity comes through, almost as if it was, divine timing or something along these, just very serendipitous, okay? That's really great. But yeah, no more second guessing ourselves, okay? I see you as being super talented, highly qualified, very capable, okay? I know you actually feel that too. It's just perhaps a newer aspect for you to stand and feel that self-esteem. Yep, that we're pulling that message home with this crow, right? We're letting go of this old idea of who we used to be, who lacked self-confidence, and we're giving you, the power back by standing in this person that you have become, okay? We're not going to feed, we're not going to water any of those other parts of our soul, our personality, or history that we have moved away from, right? We don't need to water that. That's in the past, okay? We're going to stand in the present and move forward, okay, with a bold plan of action. All right, pile 4, so this is the end of your reading. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, you can press subscribe. If you've made it this far in the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps people find these messages, and it helps my channel grow. And until next time, pile 4, stay divine.